Going on, guys? This is going to be a quick video, maybe podcast episode. This is Coach Steve from Geek Corner and the Coach Steve Show podcast. So go check out Coach Steve Show podcast, subscribe, like all that stuff, and then check out the Geek Corner segment. This is going to gear towards the Geek Corner. Super Bowl, we got the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. I've seen it, but we're gonna see my reaction, and then we're gonna talk about it very quickly. And then try to go more in depth of breaking it down and exactly what happened. But my goodness, what the trailer was fantastic. So we're going to check it out again. We're going to get my reaction here and maybe quickly discuss for a couple minutes. But it was fantastic. And I can't wait. I just can't wait. So let's check out the trailer together. If you haven't seen it yet, this is your first time, you need to go look at it. I doubt it's your first time. But we need to watch it. We need to look at it. So let's check it out.
Every night, I dream the same dream.
He's having a nightmare.
The nightmare begins.
Is that a hint to Nightmare? Are we going to get Nightmare as the villain?
I did what I had to do.
That's chaos magic. That's Wanda's magic.
To protect our world. You cannot control everything, Strange.
The Eye of Agamotto still. Why is he still wearing it?
You opened the doorway between universes. And we don't know
What
who
if?
or what will walk through it. Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories.
Vision.
He believed it was dangerous.
He was right.
Something's coming.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Still what if
The
vibes.
desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
That looks like the TVA, but
We should tell him the truth.
Patrick Stewart. Oh, he's in the multiverse.
Things just got out of hand.
Now, is that Captain Marvel? Is that a variant?
You break the rules. To become the hero. I do it. I become the enemy.
Oh, that wasn't real. Those trees weren't real.
That doesn't seem fair.
Oh, it's a zombie. Oh my goodness gracious almighty. That was intense. I am calling it right now. And the only thing that will confirm this is if they put out another trailer for this movie will be bigger than Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, my friend Logan, who does all this with me, he sent me a text saying can't believe he's going to agree with me that this movie is going to be huge. Now, he is going to stand firmly on the hill that it is not going to beat the box office numbers. And that I can kind of, really see that and probably agree with. But I think this will be top 4, depending on the next trailer. And again, the stuff we see now may not be in the movie. The stuff we saw in the first trailer may not be in the movie because Marvel does that to us. They mess with our mind. But wow. If the cameos and the people that are going to come in, if we get certain things that happen in this movie that we're supposed to, this movie, I promise you, will be bigger than Spider-Man No Way Home. The top 4 Marvel movies, because some people aren't putting Spider-Man No Way Home up there, but look at the box office numbers and everything, you almost have to put them up there. The top 4 would be, and this ain't in any order, you're going to have this movie, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Infinity War, Endgame, and Spider-Man No Way Home are going to be, this will be one of the top 4 Marvel movies of all time. I am going to guarantee it. One, because I'm a Benedict Cumberbatch fanboy. Two, Doctor Strange is my favorite character in the Marvel, probably because of that. But then three, the impact of this. We saw glimpses of the multiverse in WandaVision. It got talked about, and we learned about variants and everything in Loki. And then we learned more about it in Spider-Man No Way Home. Obviously, we got to see effects of this. And it got hinted at in Doctor Strange, in the original one, when they talked a little bit about different universes. And then you got to really see it in Spider-Man No Way Home. And it got talked about a little bit in Spider-Man Far From Home. So it's now here. This is now we're going to deal with the multiverse, and it's going to have an impact on Loki season 2. It's going to have an impact on Ant-Man. Watching this trailer, again, they're good at making heads spinning going one way or the other. In the original trailer, we're trying to figure out who the villain is. And the original trailer we're talking, and I'm going to have another video about this again, but my initial reaction is that Doctor Strange, not Strange Supreme? Is it an evil Doctor Strange, or is it just a variant? Because remember, in Loki, we learned what variants are. We learned that they are different people in different timelines or different universes that are not the same as you. Might look the same, because we saw that. We saw, different variants of Loki that didn't look like him, but then other variants did look like him. So these other Doctor Strange variants that we are seeing are going to look like him. Then we saw 2 Wandas. Is that a different variant? And it looked like the house, WandaVision, we have to break down everything. But in this trailer, it looked like Wanda could be the villain, because it showed Doctor Strange originally talking to her, and you see the sheep and the beautiful flowers on the tree. And then it shows her as Scarlet Witch saying, I break the rules. If you break the rules and you become a hero, I break the rules and I'm a villain. He goes, it doesn't seem fair. He's wearing the same clothes. There's trees around him. So it's either the trailer did that on purpose and she's really supposed to be that, or because Wanda created Westview in that version and she's been learning the dark spell magic. Did she just create that as practice, or did she create it because she knows something's up to lure him there? So are we going to get a Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange? Are we going to finally get to see who's the most powerful Avenger? Because I'm saying it's Doctor Strange, but Wanda's right there. So who's the most powerful? And we're going to get that right there. Then it's showing different, the Guardian Strange we saw a little bit more of. And then Doctor Strange gets handcuffed, and it looks like the robots kind of like Ultron bots. So that's kind of strange. Is this more powerful than the TVA? And then we're getting the Illuminati, which is different Avenger characters throughout the multiverse that protect the multiverse. And so I think they have the same type of rules and a job like the TVA that protect the timeline. Well, they protect this. So again, it's all circling back where they talk about Strange is going to have to combat what he did. Are they talking about what happened in No Way Home because the multiverse got opened up? Are they talking about when he went through time in Infinity War? Or does something happen in this movie where he does open up the multiverse for something, or he does something, and then he says he has a nightmare, and it had been talked about in WandaVision. Who is the villain? And we found out it was Agatha, and we kept saying, is it, Mephisto was the big one, and I'm tired of hearing the Mephisto thing. I mean, it's still possible. Then they talked about Nightmare, who is a Doctor Strange villain. So it hinted at that, like, this is a nightmare. This is their horror. Did somebody else open up the multiverse? And again, is it all him? They're going to blame him because of what happened in Spider-Man No Way Home. But Loki and them disrupted the timeline to branch off into these universes as well. So we have to see Loki at some point as well. So we got to remember, so from this trailer, just so many things happen. We got to see more of American Chavez and see maybe a little bit of how they travel when Doctor Strange tried to change when they're going from spot to spot. We saw a multiverse villain against American Chavez. And then the person coming through, if you look at it closely, and it looked like Captain Marvel, it looks like a variant. So again, we might get some cameos, but then you have Patrick Stewart in the Illuminati. That is his voice. I am certain of it. I think they've already clarified it or talked about it already and said that is him. But that's got to be him. It's got to be him. It's fantastic. It's awesome that Patrick Stewart would be back. There's certain characters that they could recast in this movie. We can get a different Wolverine, and I think I'd be okay with it as long as we can justify it as it's a variant. But to bring him back because he played such a big impact in the 2000s, the 20th century X-Men, that's great. And his voice, that is him, guaranteed. If it's not, I'm going to lose it. The one thing about this movie, though, Nathan, Coach West said it to me. He just hopes it doesn't get boggled down by cameos. I don't think it will. I think it's supposed to be a 3-hour movie. And I was worried about that with Spider-Man No Way Home. But Marvel does a good job of moving the story along, breaking it up enough to where that, but the story needs to be on Strange because it's a Strange movie. Kind of like how Spider-Man No Way Home is a Spider-Man movie. It wasn't a Doctor Strange movie. It's going to be on Spider-Man. It's a Doctor Strange movie, so it's going to be on him. It needs to be him. I think it'd be really cool to see him versus Wanda and to just have that battle. And maybe it's Strange and then Guardian Strange and then the darker Strange teams up with Wanda. Or maybe that is Nightmare just looking like Doctor Strange. Who knows? But so much happened in this trailer. We get Wong, obviously. It was great to have him in there. What other variants we're going to see? It's rumored that Tobey Maguire is going to be around. Does this Illuminati open up to a fact that there's going to be an Iron Man variant? I don't think we'll have Robert Downey Jr. back, obviously, unless they do bring him back because he's in a different universe. But then it opens it up to bring, like, just come over to our universe. It'll be good. Rumored Tom Cruise is going to be a variant of Iron Man. Could he be a part of the Illuminati? Is he going to play a bigger part than what we think instead of just showing up, be like, hey, I'm Iron Man and fly? Because in the comic book, Iron Man, the variant that they're talking about, has an Infinity Stone. So could that have been Iron Man flying through? Is it actually Captain Marvel? Are we going to get other of our Avengers in this? Or is it going to be our Avengers? Oh, sorry, I'm really excited. Sorry about that. Are they going to get our Avengers and just play different variants like the actors and actresses? Just so much can happen. It's a great trailer. I'm going to do another video podcast breaking it down, but I want to get my initial reaction put up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for listening or watching. It was so freaking exciting. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop sharing it out. It's so exciting. I can't wait I hope they do one more trailer. Just one more trailer. And I hope it just doesn't get boggled down to take away from Strange or Wanda, because the hype of WandaVision is a tee off to Doctor Strange. I hope we see Tom Hiddleston as Loki, whether it's the one that got left in the end of Loki season 2, because it was reported they're going to start filming season 2, which makes sense because if Doctor Strange is coming out, then they can start filming it because we're going to know maybe what happens, because he's got to be involved. If they're not involved, if nothing from the TVA comes through or Loki doesn't come through in this movie, I may be disappointed. It has to. And I think it would make sense to put either Andrew Garfield and or Tobey Maguire in this, because maybe we have to see, because these questions we talked about, what happened when he made people forget Peter Parker and what happened when they changed these villains and sent them back to their time. All this stuff's going to be intertwined. It's not all Doctor Strange's fault. It's Wanda's fault. It's Doctor Strange's fault. It's Loki's fault. All of these intertwine with each other. But did he start it in Infinity War? And that's a whole nother video. But great trailer. Loved it. Hyped up. I hope we get one more. Thanks guys for watching. We're going to do another video. Just want to get the initial reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go subscribe to the Coach Steve Show YouTube channel. Check out all that stuff there, but also check out the Geek Corner segment. This type of stuff is going to be there. This is part of the Geek Corner. So Geek Corner brought to you by the Coach Steve Show podcast. Thank you guys so much. See you guys on